Okay, hi guys. So today I'm gonna be showing you guys how I do my everyday makeup, or like my glam makeup, I guess. So yeah, I'm just gathering all my things. So this is me barefaced. First you're gonna need like a brow pen. Then you're gonna need a brush to carve your brows, and you're gonna need a little brush. I don't know if that helps, but it's to make like hair like strokes, and then just some spoolie so you could brush your brows. Sorry guys, I'm still a little sick. And you're just gonna need a blending brush too. So that's what I like to use. You can use a beauty blender too, but that's what I like to use. And then this is my makeup bag. And yeah, so I've actually been meaning to film this, but whatever. So this is the e.l.f. brow lift. This is what I use to hold my brows up and kind of shape them. You can also use Got2b glue. I think that's what it's called. But that's my concealer. Anyways, that's the Beauty Creation concealer. I don't remember if that's what it's called. Don't put glue on your eyebrows though. Anyways, so first I go in with the NYX it's a pencil, but I just use the spoolie to shape my brows. So I'm just gonna grab some product here, and I'm just going to place some on my brows, and I'm kind of sorry guys, I'm sick as fuck. Anyways, I'm gonna go in between my eyebrows. Oh my god, fuck, I'm dying. Anyways, go in between your eyebrows, and yeah, just really like place that shit down, like put it all over. And yeah, I'm just, you know, wiggling it in because I have really thin eyebrow hair. So if you have really thin eyebrow hair, you really want it in. But also if you have thick eyebrow hair, you want a lot too, because you want to hold it up. So yeah, just do your eyebrows with that. So yeah. Okay, so for this next part, I'm just gonna kind of speed it up a little bit. But basically, I'm gonna brush all my eyebrow hair up, and the reason for that is because I find that when I do that, look, I look fucking crazy. But when I do that, it just like helps give my eyebrows like a nicer shape, like it holds them better, and you can really see all my eyebrow hair there. I look fucking crazy and stupid, but now that I'm shaping them, you know, you can really see like all the eyebrow little hairs, which is good because you can see all the gaps. So that'll kind of let you know like where you have to like fill them in. If you have like gaps like me, you're gonna need to know, because I personally don't like to fill like the fill in the beginning of my eyebrows, because then when I try to, you know, transition, because I like a nice transition from a light to a medium to like a darker, you know, dark on the ends, like on my tails. And I find that when I fill it in at the front, or put any product besides really eyebrow gel, I might go in and put in just a little product, you know, just to fill in little spaces again, but it just makes my eyebrow look weird. So that's what I'm doing that for. And here I am shaking up the fucking it's I forgot what it is. It's a brow pen, that's what it is. So I'm shaking it up, and then here I'm just like I said, filling in the tails. And like I said, it's gonna look crazy, but you're just gonna need to trust the process. So yeah, and then I'm just going to blend that in with a little spoolie, and you're gonna see. So I'm gonna speed it up a little bit just because it really takes me forever, but okay, so I know I look a little crazy right now, but basically I'm gonna get a Q-tip and just clean my eyebrows up. You can use micellar water or like any eye makeup remover or makeup remover, but I just use my saliva. So you're just gonna go up wherever you put your brow gel, and wherever you, so that would be like your, you know, your top and bottom brow. You're gonna clean it up because you don't want the brow gel to stay on, because when you put your primer and your concealer, it's just gonna like dry up and get crusty and flaky, and it's just gonna look really not smooth. So yeah, so here I am just cleaning it up, and the good thing about this is that it also helps you shape your eyebrow. So look at that eyebrow compared to the other one, so you can see where it's being shaped. And it's also like much pointier. And here I am just like blending the front, because I like a little bit of a more straight brow. so you know I don't want it to arch too deep. But yeah, you just want to go in and out, you know, cleaning it up, and then you know fixing up the parts that you don't like. It's just a little bit of a back and forth process. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing here. Now I'm just gonna speed it up again because it takes me forever, so I don't want you guys to spend forever watching that. Okay, so I finished my eyebrows. This is how they look like. And now I'm just going in with my Pond's lotion. So I like using Pond's because I'll probably put up a picture of it, but I like that lotion because it really like hydrates your face. And the thing about makeup, if you want a really smooth face, is that your face needs to kind of be wet. Not wet with water, but wet with moisture. So like I said, I'm always going in, fixing up my eyebrows, seeing what I don't like, seeing what I do like. But for the most part, that's my eyebrows. And yeah, so I'm just applying lotion all over that. And you just want to let it like on your face for like a good like 15 seconds at least. So yeah, and then I get this is a primer from Maybelline. It's matte, so I'm just grabbing a little pea size, and I'm going to apply it on my eyelids and on top of my eyebrows, because I always, after I do my brows, I always do my eyes. It just makes it easier to do my eyeliner, fix any mistakes, you know, and I don't have to commit to any eye look. You know, I could always remove it and keep my eyebrows and, you know, do an eye look, go and then do my base. So yeah, I'm just applying that all over. And then again on top of my eyebrow, anywhere I'm going to be putting concealer on right now, that is where I'm going to apply it. So in those spots is where I'm going to put it. And like I said, let it set. I put a little bit under my eyes sometimes, but yeah. So here's another clip. Here I'm just trying to decide what I'm going to do next, because I'm kind of like, what the fuck. But yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to pick up some of that concealer that I showed earlier. I'm going to put some on my hand, and I'm going to grab my concealer brush. And I don't have a flat brush, so this is literally a paintbrush, but it's flattened up. So I'm just going to carve my brows. And this part, take your time, because this is like, even though you already cleaned it up, the concealer will really make it clean. So you really want to take your time, because whatever shape you make with the concealer is whatever shape your eyebrow is going to end up being. So you just want to take your time. So here I am, you know, just really making sure to go in there. And I always like to go like directly under my brow hairs. I don't like leaving a little space in between. I feel like that looks really unnatural. So yeah, I just go straight up underneath. And you know, here's me with that little brush that I said that would make hair-like strokes. This is the time where I use it, because I just put a little bit of black eyeshadow. Or you can use brow powder, whatever you want to use. But this is the time that I use it, because like I said, it's about making hair-like strokes, and that's what really makes my eyebrow look like an eyebrow, you know. So here's me carving the top. Again, I'm taking my time. So yeah, carving it. I like a really sharp tail, so that's what I'm trying to achieve here. Really trying to sharpen it up. And that is my final eyebrow. And then I'm going to do the same with the other side. Okay, so now that I finished my other eyebrow, I'm going to make the meet in the middle, just so I know that there's yes. Oh, excuse me. Just so I know that they're you know, the same level. You know, you don't want one eyebrow higher than the other one. And this is one of the few times that my eyebrows actually, I know they look like twins here, but they actually look like sisters in real life, and that's okay. Eyebrows are never going to be twinning. Your goal is to make them look as like as you can, but you know, it's not always gonna work. So yeah, I'm going to spend like 20,000 minutes perfecting that, so I'm going to speed it up again. Okay, so now that I pretty much got my eyebrows to the best they're gonna look, I'm just going to grab the same concealer I use for my brows, and I'm just gonna place that all over my lids. So the reason why I'm gonna put it all over my lids is because I'm coughing. But I'm going to do my eyeshadow now, and basically you can use the eyeshadow primer, but I like to use concealer and then set it because it just gives your eyeshadow something to stick to, you know. You don't want to just put your eyeshadow straight on there because it's going to slip and it's going to slide and it's going to rub off, and it's going to be a hot mess. So yeah, you're just going to want to place your concealer all over your eye, and then you're going to use your blending brush. Told you it would come in hand. I really like this brush. I got it at Shein for like $1, but it's so good. Like it really leaves like no marks. And the reason why it's better than a beauty blender is because it doesn't pick up your concealer. Beauty blenders usually pick up your concealer and make it lighter. So yeah, and I'm just going to be using tape for this eye look. You don't always need to use tape, but if you really want like a snatch cat eye, which I always do, so I usually use tape now. Here's me fucking talking to my sister, but you're just gonna have to use tape because tape just like, I didn't understand why people use tape until I used it. Like, it really snatches your whole face up. If you want a fucking facelift, you need it. You need to use tape. So yeah, I'm just making sure it's even and shit. And you look a little stupid, but it's fine. Okay, so now I'm just grabbing my brush, and I'm telling you, our tape is going to take it to a whole nother new level. And I'm just blending out the concealer, you know, making sure that it's even, making sure that it's covering every space. You know, like I said, I want my eyeshadow to have something to cling to. And I'm really pressing in, like blending in on the creases, because your eyeshadow, like always, if you have a lot of creases on your eyelids like I do, it's going to crease. So you just want it to have, again, something to cling on to, you know. So it won't crease as much. It'll still crease, but it'll help. So here I am just doing it to the other side, blending. And I'm also blending underneath my eyebrow because you want to blend your eyeshadow into your eyebrow a little bit. And same thing with your nose contour later on. You'll see what I'm talking about. But that's why I'm blending that as well. You know, you don't want your eyebrow concealer and your eyeshadow concealer to look totally different. I'm also gonna blend it into the middle, where, you know, I have my little unibrow area, just so it can look like flawless. Because if not, if you don't blend it correctly later on, it's just going to look like a mask. So here I am with my Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder, and I'm just going to use a brush, a brush like this. And I'm just going to pat it all over, really set it, really go in on the creases and just set it. And it's just going to securely lock in your eyeshadow, making sure that it won't move. So yeah, that's what I'm doing there. Okay, so on this side, I'm gonna go in with the powder puff. Excuse me, still sick. But I'm going with the powder puff just to show you guys that, you know, you could use a brush or a powder puff, whatever you want to use, because it'll both lock in your pressed powder. Don't use a beauty blender. It's gonna be a mess. But sorry. But yeah, here, you know, I'm zooming in a little bit. I personally do like the brush a little bit better. I did find that it gave me a little bit more coverage. But if you want to use a powder puff, you can use a powder puff. Totally cool. It'll be fine. And now I'm showing the palette that I'm going to. You can't really see it, but I'm just going to I don't know why my camera didn't like it. The frame just doesn't fit the fucking like makeup that I'm showing you. So I'll just put in pictures. But this is the Morphe palette, and these are the type of brushes that I'm going to use. A fluffy brush, eyeshadow brush to really pack on the eyeshadow. This is a smaller like blending brush for like really, I'm gonna use that for the darker parts, and again just 2 blending brushes. So you're gonna need quite a few brushes, you know, to really blend and, you know, just put on your eyeshadow. Try not to use only one brush. Trust me, it'll look better with multiple brushes. So yeah, here I am. I'm just grabbing like the rest of the stuff that I need. But and I can't fucking find it. So let me see. I'll just speed it up, guys. So it didn't let me like fucking show you guys the shade. I was showing you guys the shade, but you guys couldn't see it. But I'll just show you guys. I'll put in a picture. But I'm just going to pat that all over my eyelid and make the shape that I want. And here I am. You know, I'm just kind of blending aggressively. And I'm just winging it out because I really want to, I forgot what it's called, but I'm just trying to like create like a really sharp eye look today. So I'm doing the same on the other side, grabbing that same pigment and just blending in and out. You always want to blend in circular motions. It doesn't make the eyeshadow patchy and really makes it just flawless and all look together. And I always go in with a little bit more product in my inner corner area, because I noticed that when I close my eyes, it always kind of removes the eyeshadow. I don't know, it just disappears. It doesn't show even though I do put in pigment, so I always have to make it a little bit darker there. But yeah, so here I am just like kind of blending it all out. I'm grabbing a bigger brush, and it's okay that, you know, it's really messy and going into the concealer I have all over my lid, because we're gonna fix it in a bit, you'll see. But I'm just blending it out, and you see how like good that looks compared to the other eye. Like it just really looks smooth and not patchy. It just you need to blend. The secret is blending, and I'll be honest, I'm not really that good at blending, but you just gotta be patient with it. Like this makeup took me like almost 2 hours to do. Good makeup takes a while, so I'm just trying to make them all both look the same. And now I'm just going in with the next color, so I'm picking it up here. I'll try to show it too. But I'm using that little small blending brush that I told you guys we would use, and I'm just putting it on my outer corner, because I really want that dimension. So that's what it's gonna do. So I always use black eyeliner, so you know, when I put that black eyeliner in there, it's not gonna look so harsh. It's gonna blend together nicely. So here I am, you know, I always try to do the both eyes at the same time, because I noticed that when I do one eye at a time, the other eye always ends up looking different. So I try to do both eyes at the same time, so if I notice something's not right at the other eye, I can immediately fix it, you know, and then, you know, have less fuck ups. And you'll see that happened here, because I noticed that my left eyeshadow was lighter than my right eye, so I was able to fix it. So here I am fixing it, and you know, so yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm really taking my time explaining how to do your eyeshadow here, because I noticed that eyeshadow is one of the things that a lot of people don't go into depth about in makeup tutorials. And eyeshadows kind of, it really brings your look together, you know. Yeah. So anyway, so here I'm going in with the Milani concealer. I think the shade that I use, I'm showing it, it's 120, I believe. And I'm just gonna go again with my flat concealer brush, and I'm going to create a crease. So I'm just gonna place them on my eye, and I'm basically going to put it on my eyelid and then look up, because that'll tell me exactly where my crease is, so I can follow it. And so as you can see, so yeah, where the top concealer is where I'm going to make my crease. So now I'm just going to have my flat brush, and I am tracing like my inner corner and really like following it. You're kind of making a half circle on your eyelids. So like as you can see, it's really kind of hard to explain, but just follow my movements, and you know you just want to follow your natural eye shape. Don't try to create another eye shape unless once you get used to doing eyeshadow, that's when you can try to create, you know, I don't know, a more snatched eye, smaller eye, bigger eye. But for now, just follow your natural eye shape. It'll be easier, trust me. So here I am. I'm just taking whatever is left and kind of like bringing it into the outer corner. But I don't want to blend it in too much because we're going to go back in and blend it together with the original brown that we were using. So yeah, I'm just trying to clean it up, and that's how it looks. Doesn't matter if it's too perfect, where I don't even know how to get it super, you know, perfect. Still learning, but yeah. So I'm doing the same to the other side, and I'm just gonna speed it up. Okay, so now that I have pretty much the same shape, I'm just gonna go back in with my blending brush because I kind of messed up a little bit. So I'm just, you know, I just really want to make sure that I'm only placing the concealer. Oh my god, the concealer where, you know, it should be. And I'm really trying to get those that concealer really clean. So that's what I went back in for. And now I'm going to use a flat brush just like that. And I'm going to grab a cream color. This is my She Glam color palette, I mean. And I'm just going to be grabbing the nude. I showed you guys, but again, my frame just doesn't fix it. That just doesn't pick it up. But anyways, so I'm just grabbing that little light, really nude color, like a cream color, and I'm just patting it all over my eyelids, setting that concealer. And don't do the mistake that I did. You're gonna, I brought out my fan because you don't want to set wet concealer. You always want to let it dry, but I just rushed straight in. So I'm just trying to dry my other eye. When you set your concealer like wet, it just makes it like patchy and not smooth. So let it dry for a little bit, at least 30 seconds. But yeah, I'm just going in. I'm really trying to get the eyeshadow in because, like I said, my natural eyelids crease. And I'm just going back in and blending, you know. You just want to always go back in, keep blending, fixing imperfections. So yeah. Now I'm going to do the same to the other eye. So... Okay, so now that I'm done with that, I'm just going back in and again, just blending and blending, fixing, you know, the eyeshadow. And now I'm going to grab the brown that we were using earlier, and I'm just going to blend it back in, so it looks really like well transitioned into, you know, we don't have just that crease there, you know. And like I said, it's also gonna help with the eyeshadow, I mean with the eyeliner. It's going to make it look put all together. And yeah, you just want to use a clean brush for this because you don't want to get it too deep into where you place that cream color, because if not, it's just, you know, the point of this eye look, it really snatched up my face. And that cream color, you know, blended it exactly into your inner corner. It just, I don't know what it is about the science behind it, but it just lifts up your face. So yeah, here I am going back in and blending. And as you can see, my eyeshadow is coming a little bit more up than my eyebrows. You know, my eyebrows kind of stop at a certain point. Usually people stop there, but like I said, for a lifting effect, I noticed that when you bring out your eyeshadow, it helps. So now I'm just creating my wing with that same brush that we were using to create those hair-like strokes. And I'm just going in with the black eyeshadow and really taking my time, you know. I'm using the tape as a guide to kind of know where to stamp it. And I'm just, you know, you can't see right here. You'll see better in the other eye. But I'm just using that to kind of help, like, trace my whole eyelid space. Okay, so yeah, I'm just outlining my whole eye right now because it really like snatches my whole eye up. And yeah, so I'm just making sure that I like how the wing looks and just fixing it up, and then I'm going to go to the other side, and I guess I'll show you guys how I do my other wing just so you guys can see the process. So again, I'm just gonna outline my eye and make that wing, and it's just again going back and forward. Makeup is just going back and forward, fixing shit, you know, being patient, blending. A lot of the time with makeup, it's just blending. If you can learn how to blend, your makeup is going to look fire. So yeah, here I am just blending and creating that wing. Here you can see exactly how I make it. So I like to kind of look straight at my mirror. So that's what I'm doing here. You just catch me looking at three different mirrors. I legit used a lot of mirrors. But I'm just making sure that I really like it because I want my eyes to look lifted when I'm looking straight. You know, I don't want my eyes to look lifted when I'm making them like I like fucking Chinita. You know, I want them to look lifted on their own. So here I am removing that tape, just making sure that I like the shape because now I'm going to go in and kind of clean it up and really like snatch it. So that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, the final moments are of me just flicking it out and you know, fixing it up, and that's what I'm gonna do to the other eye. Again, I'm just checking if I like it. I noticed that my right eye looks bigger, I guess like more lifted than my left eye, so that's when I'm trying to drag it out. But yeah, that's basically the eye look, and that's how I did it. Okay, so now I'm grabbing my Milani Skin Quench, and I use it. It's a primer, but here I'm just judging my sister because she's kind of talking to me. But I'm just gonna moisturize my face again. Like I said, you want a really wet base, so I use a lot of like moisturizing primers. And if you have oily skin, you can go in with the primer that I used originally for my eyelids and for my eyebrows, to, you know, set it. Because also when I'm putting primer here, avoid wherever you put concealer in the eye makeup because it's going to fuck it up. So yeah, just put it around there. And now I'm grabbing my e.l.f. Power Grip, and well, first I'm gonna let this sit, and then I'm going to grab my e.l.f. Power Grip and put that on. So I'm just gonna speed up the video. Okay, so I lied. I'm going to put in more Pond's lotion. Sorry, I just really wanted a wet hydrated look here. So that's why I put so much. And again, I just have my fan there like kind of drying the moisturizer, but I'm rubbing it in. And like I said, again, if you have an oily skin, you just use some of that matte primer because you still want your face to be hydrated. Even if you have oily skin, hydrate your motherfucking skin, bitch. And yeah, so avoid your concealer and then going with your e.l.f. Power Grip. And yeah, so now I'm grabbing my blending brush, and I'm just going to, since the concealer has been sitting for a long time, the longer you let your concealer sit, the more full coverage it's going to be, and a little bit harder to blend, but it should be fine. So I'm just blending that out. And yeah, so I'm just blending it out. You know, I really like to blend it into my skin, make it look seamless. So you're gonna see how it just looks like my skin on top. Like, it doesn't even look like I'm wearing concealer, it looks like my skin, and that's the goal for the makeup, is just to look like skin. Obviously it's gonna look like you're wearing makeup because you're wearing makeup, so don't ever expect your makeup to look exactly like skin, but the goal is for it to look as similar, you know, just like I said earlier. And here I am just making sure, you know, that I like how everything's going. And I think here I'm just fixing up my eyeliner a little bit. Yeah, I'm just fixing it up and cleaning it out, so I'm just gonna speed up the video again. Okay, so I lied, and here's my mom coming in to bother me. But Now I'm putting in my Power Grip primer. And yeah, I'm just rubbing that all over the place, you know. Again, I have my fan on the entire time, and the reason why I fan my face is just to really dry everything up, because you kind of want to let the products, like the moisturizers, dry up, because it's really it helps everything stay longer. So now I'm going in with the same concealer that I used earlier, the Beauty Creation ones, and it's, as you can see, it's a little bit of a yellow undertone. So I'm just using that because I have redness all over my face, like you can see. So that is going to really like help me cover up that redness. And of course, if you use a high coverage foundation like I do, it's already gonna cover it. But this just provides you with extra coverage. You know, this makes sure that no red is peeking. And usually I let it sit, but for this occasion, you know, I just blended it straight away. And you can already see the difference. Like, look at that. Look at my under eyes right now, and look at them in a couple seconds. I'm just going to keep blending and just look at them. Like, it's such a big difference. And now I'm going in with my beauty blender, and after I blend with that brush, I like to always use a beauty blender, because a beauty blender really soaks up the excess product and it really just melts everything into the skin. And I find that when your beauty blender is wet, it just works 10 times better. So yeah, I'm just blending that into my skin here, and yeah. So I'm done doing that, and now this is it's a foundation stick, but I use it as a contour. I use a deeper, like, warm shade, and here I'm just applying where I want my contour to be. And yeah, so I'm just shaping my nose, and I'm just going to let you guys hear this conversation because I thought it was funny. Yeah. Jen took me though. This is the first time I bought it. The second time I stole it. My fucking evil smile. But yeah, you always want to place your contour exactly where you want it to be, because where you place it is where it's going to sculpt you. So I like really high cheekbones, and so that's what I'm doing. And now I'm blending it with my contour brush, and it looks a little muddy, but it's okay. You'll see. It's going to get a little messy, and this technique is called underpainting, because I used to put my foundation and then apply it on top, but I noticed that it makes it like harder to achieve such a snatched face, you know. Everyone's coming into my room. But when you just do underpainted, I noticed that the products, where you place them, like your blush, your contour, it just stays exactly where you want to be. And even though you cover it with a high coverage foundation, or like even if you use a low coverage foundation, like I just noticed that like it really, like, where you place it is where it stays, and it helps define that area more. So here I am just blending it, and yeah, I'm just gonna speed that up a little bit. Okay, so this is my shade Glam blush, and this is in the shade Love Cake, and now I'm just dotting it where I want my blush to be, and this is really high pigmented. So as you can see, I'm using 4 dots there, and now I'm grabbing my blush brush, and I'm going to pat it into my skin. So one thing about blending that I forgot to mention for the contour is that you always want to tap. You want to tap it into your skin. Never ever drag. It's going to look messy, patchy. It's just not gonna look good. So like I said, I was showing there, don't ever drag, just pat. And you can really see all the pigment there. And like I said, I like my face to look really snatched, so I'm just bringing it up into where my eyeliner is, kind of, you know. The higher you bring it up, the snatchier you're gonna look. So yeah. And now I'm going in with this concealer. It's a Milani one. This one's in the shade 135, I believe I'm showing there, but again, I'll insert a picture. And I'm just going to basically use the little applicator, and I like to basically drag the concealer and clean up my contour, as you can see right there. And I like to drag it all the way to like where the corner of my lips are. I noticed that when I place like my contour above there, because I don't use contour. This is technically bronzer, but I use bronzer, not contour, because I've never used contour. I feel like it looks muddy on me, so I use bronzer because I also like a sun-kissed look. And there I am just fixing it, but I find that when I bring it to the corner of my mouth, it just snatches my face, because that's exactly where, you know, my contour placement, like where it needs to be above up. So yeah, so now I'm just grabbing a brush and I am going to basically blend that concealer underneath. Okay, so now I'm grabbing my foundation. Today I decided to use the I think that's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I'm doing. But I'm just grabbing my foundation. Today I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me one. This is the matte one. And I am just going to put it at the back of my hand. And I'm going to be grabbing a foundation brush. And I'm just going to use that to apply it all over my face. So, this shade is my summer shade actually. But it's fine because you'll see that it'll all work out together when I set it. So here I am, and yeah, so this is the foundation brush, and as you can see, it's a little bit too warm for me and a little bit yellow, but I'm just going to basically paint that all over my face. And I like to use a lot of foundation, but the good thing about this foundation, that's very lightweight, so here I'm kind of tapping it in. I like to be very careful when I'm kind of applying it, like where my contour and my blush are, just because I don't want it to get mixed together. But it's, trust me, just apply it over and just trust the process. So I always kind of make like a duck face when I'm doing my jaw, because I noticed that it really helps you get the underside. And I sometimes put it on my neck, like not on my neck, but I blend a little bit of the foundation that I put on my jaw on my neck, just to make that seamless look. And you just want to be careful around your hairline and where your eyeshadow is, you know. Here I am putting it on my forehead, and then I'm just going to blend. Okay, so now that I'm done, I'm just going in back with my eyeshadow, you know, just making sure, because I blended my foundation into my eyeshadow a little bit, so I'm just making sure the pigment isn't going away. But yeah, I just use a beauty blender, excuse me, you know, to really help my skin like soak it all in. So now I'm just going to grab my Milani, this is my Milani concealer, and this is in the shade 115. It's brighter and lighter, so it'll really like help me get like a bright eye, which I always like a bright under eye. So here I am just cleaning up my eyeliner with it, and I'm literally just putting it all over my eye and down the sides of my nose, because those are the areas that I want the brightest. Excuse me, down the bridge of my nose and on the tip of my nose, just because, you know, that's the areas that, you know, I want, again, brightened. So wherever you want brightened, that's where you're going to place it. I'm also gonna place it on the sides of corners of my mouth today, and it's going to be giving me a lifted effect. And I'm also going to place it on my forehead and on my chin. I usually oh my god, I usually don't do that anymore, but I decided to do it for this look, and I think I'm gonna start doing it again, because it really just like looking like brought the look together. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then I always let my concealer sit for a little bit, so that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, but now I'm just going to blend it. And here I am. I always blend down the sides of my nose first, And then here I am just using a brush to blend it all together. You really want to like tap, don't ever drag. I'm telling you, don't ever drag, just tap it in slow motions. And like I said, wherever you want lifted, that's how you're going to lift. Like what the motion that, like for example, I want a cat eye effect, so I'm tapping up, you know, to really get that lifted effect. And you can really see how lifted it's gonna look after. I'll show you one eye before and after, but yeah, I'm just blending it all together. And it looks a little scary, but it'll come together. Oh my god, I sound like a demon. But yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna blend, and I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, so now that I'm done blending that area, I'm just going to get my beauty blender and go over it. Like I said, I always blend with the brush first, and then I go in with my beauty blender, and it really just, you know, softens everything and melts it all together. Takes away all those like harsh blending lines. So that's what I'm doing here for my under eyes. And the concealer kind of got into it, so I'm just going back in with my brush, fixing it up, you know, just melting everything together, you know. So yeah. Okay, so now I just brought the frame a little bit downer, but here's me blending the lines up, and you're gonna see how it's gonna give a lifted effect. So I'm just blending it up, and as you can see, you can kind of see where my contour and blush is still underneath that foundation. And do you see the difference? So yeah, I'm just doing the same to the other side, and just blending and blending, and then, you know, trying to get that lifted effect. You know, everything is just going back and forward. And I know my the bridge of my nose where my unibrow is looks a little bit like blended and like a face mask, like I said earlier, but I'm about to fix that when I do my nose contour, and you'll see. So yeah. Okay, so now I'm done with that. So now I'm gonna grab my Maybelline pressed powder and set my under eyes. I always set my under eyes immediately after. As you can see, I was kind of blending again with my beauty blender underneath, and that's just to make sure that, you know, all of the it's all blended together and none of the brush marks are there. And I always kind of look up when I do when I set my under eyes. And I also like to set the bridge of my nose, just because I do have an oily nose, so I really like to set it in place. So I kind of go over with the pressed powder exactly where I you know, want the places to be set. So here I'm just going back in with the foundation stick contour, that whatever the fuck you want to call it, that I use, and just to make that outline, because it kind of disappeared when I used the concealer. And I haven't blended my forehead yet, so don't worry about that. I literally almost forgot to do it, and then like I went back in and I did it. So yeah. And here I am just setting my nose, and like I said, try not to use a lot of powder, but you know, use as much powder as you think is necessary. And here I am just blending my forehead. And besides this, now we're just going to set my face, and now I'm going to be done. So this is pretty much like my under base, you know. This is prior to, you know, putting because I always go in with cream products and then I go in with powder products. So this is pre powder products. So there it is. This is how it's looking. And so yeah, so here's my Maybelline Fit Me. I use the shade 10, and now I'm just going to push some of that product down, and I am going to be grabbing a brush just like this, and I am just going to be dipping it in and tapping out the excess product. And here I am just setting it, tapping motions. Like I said, don't ever drag, just tap it. And I'm just going to be doing that all over my face, and I'm just gonna go back underneath with my under my eyes to really lock that pressed powder in. And yeah, like I said, just tap tap tap, and you know, make sure you get everything, even your eyebrows, even your foundation, I mean your eyeshadow, and you should be good to go. I was just putting everything away there, but now this is my contour brush, and now I'm just going in and I'm just again placing that exactly where I want my contour to be. And the lens is a little bit out of place, but it's okay. You'll see right now that it looks really harsh, and I kind of want it to be excuse me, harsh, because usually when I bake it kind of loses it. But yeah, I'm just applying it like this is the part where you want to be very precise with it, which is why you need a contour brush like this, because it helps you place it exactly where you want to be. And again, blend in circular motions, but you know, this is contour and or bronzer, whatever you want to call it. And I'm also doing my job, by the way. But if you place it in a place like, let's say you place it too low, right, and you go in with baking powder to try to fix it, you're still going to be able to see that shadow. So you really want to be precise with it. So I fixed the framing, but here I am going in with my nose, and as you see, I'm connecting my nose contour to my eyeshadow, because when you connect it to your brow bone excuse me, I'm so sorry, your nose contour just looks so much more natural, as you can see. So here I am just going back and forward with it, and blending it, and you know, just trying to avoid those harsh lines. We want everything to look nicely blended. I will be the first one to admit, I don't really know how to contour my nose. I just wing it. But look at that fucking cheek contour. So here I am going with my Cheek Glam blush. I forgot what shade this is. I'll probably put in a picture. But it's broken as fuck, man. But it's really pussy pink, as you can see here. And so I'm just tapping off the fallout, and I am going in with an extreme under pink. And I've actually never done this technique before, but this is a light pink compared to the pink that I end up going with. But I'm just doing it kind of like as a transitional color, so you can see that I'm kind of trying to really like softly like blend it into my contour. I'm trying to use it like kind of as a transition shade for when I put in the next layer of blush. So I'm also trying to bring it up a little bit to my under eyes, just because I kind of want that pink outer corner. So that's what I'm doing here. And blush placement is super important, because it also again lifts your face, you know. So here I am, I'm trying not to go too down, you know, into the apples of my cheeks. I do have very like sharp features, I guess I would say. I don't have round cheeks, you know. If anything, my cheeks are like pretty I guess like flat. What I do have is nice cheekbones, so I kind of try to go on top of those cheekbones, and it really gives me like more definition. So here's the blush that I end up going on top with. It is the Revolution blush. Again, I'll try to look for a picture. I don't remember what it is, but I'm grabbing a separate brush, and as you can see, I'm just placing it on top, and you can still see that little pink peeking underneath the Cheek Glam blush that's, you know, it's underneath this one. And yeah, so right now it's very harsh but here I am going in with the same brush that I used to set my face with, to kind of buff it out. So as you can see, it's getting a little bit lighter. And let's see, what am I doing next? So now I'm getting highlight. This is the Flower Beauty. I actually sell this, so if you want it. But yeah, I'm getting a highlight brush, and I am just using I'm using 3 shades. I'm going to put the frame down so you can see. Or actually, never mind, I'll just show you. But look at that fucking highlight, like it's bright as fuck, man. Super pretty. And also down the bridge of my nose and on the tip of my nose. And I never really do this, but I see Sophia doing it, so I applied it also on my chin just a little bit. And yeah, so I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm just checking out my makeup, you know, seeing what I like, because basically after this you're almost done. So again, I'm just going in with a little bit more powder just because I felt like it was oh, I'm actually baking here, so here I'm getting a pink powder. I've seen the bright pink under eyes, and like I said, I was trying to do that, but I don't have a pink powder, so I actually made this one. So this is just a little bit of baking powder. I used the Revolution, I think that's what it's called, transparent baking powder, and I just put a little bit of like of a blush inside of it, and I just made my own. So that's what that is. And then I'm just using the same baking powder, but instead just the regular powder, like no blush added or anything. And I'm going to use that to brighten my under eyes and bake my nose, and also bake under my cheekbones, because like I said, I like really sharp cheekbones, so I like baking is gonna help with that. Some people don't like to bake. I personally, I've done a little experiment where some looks I bake, some looks I don't, and I do notice that baking does help brighten. However, it is more powder on top of powder, so you have to put in a little bit and know how much to put, because if you put too much, it's going to look cakey. So you have to be careful with that, especially underneath your eyes. And also, you know, the more powder that you put, the cakier that it's gonna look, and the more that it's going to crease. So you're trying to avoid that. But here I am just baking my cheekbones. This is how I bake again. I kind of do the skeleton baking technique that I've seen on TikTok, so that's what I'm doing here. So yeah. So I let that sit for a little bit, and then I'm just dusting it off here. I'm just dusting off all the baking powder, you know, and you know, again, just kind of blending, fixing what I messed up. You know, my eyeliner, again, some powder got in it, so I'm just trying to fix that. And I'm just going in back with my contour, you know, again, like I said, the baking sometimes diffuses the bronzer, so I just, you know, I just go in and correct that part. So yeah, and so this is my favorite part. I'm grabbing a Q-tip with some makeup remover, and I'm just wiping my lips now, because this is basically the base. And so yeah, I'm just cleaning my lips with that foundation, because I just think this part is satisfying. That's why I don't remove my foundation off my lips when I do it. I also find that I don't know, I just think it's so satisfying to remove it, so that's what I'm doing here. And it's going to, you know, also just remove any dirt and everything, so I have a clean base to put on my lip liner. But now I'm just applying setting spray. This is the Milani one, and this one I use not to set. This is a good setting spray to set your makeup, but I find that it just, you know, like really melts my makeup together, so that's why I use 2 setting sprays. But here I am just letting my face dry, and so I'm using a fan, and then once that's mostly dry, I just go in with the e.l.f. one. So you'll see me going with my e.l.f. one right now. I'm just shaking it up a little bit, and I'm going to apply that. And now I use this setting spray so it can really stay. So this really locks in my makeup, so that's what I'm using it for. And again, just letting my fan dry my face. Okay, so as you saw there, I just went in with more highlight. That time I went in with oh with the Revolution highlight. It's like a rose gold highlight, but that's I put that one this time. And now it's time for lip liner, I believe, and eyelash glue. So these are the last final steps before my makeup is pretty much done. So yeah, so here I am just putting lash glue, and I'm just, you know, gonna fix the frame. So yeah, so I'm just applying lash glue here, and this is the duo lash glue. It's the green one. I always apply lash glue to my lids because I feel like I don't know, I've tried it before, but when I apply lash glue on my lashes, it just doesn't stay. Like the lashes don't stick. So I always have to apply it on my eyelids, and then I just wait for it to dry with the fan. And while I do that, I am going to now do my lips. So this is my lip combo. So I use the Neutrogena lip, I think it's an eyeliner, but I use it as a lipstick. But I'm just gonna move the frame down so you guys can see. Okay, so when I do my lips, I only overline my top lip usually, and then I just follow the rest of my lip shape. And I only overline the top of my lip because my lip, I forgot what it's called. Is it a Cupid's bow? I don't know, but it kind of goes in, and I don't like that. So I just really like that like pouty lip look, and I don't have a lot of lips. I don't have super thin lips, but I don't have super big lips either. So I kind of create that illusion with lip liner and with my lipstick. I know. And I feel like a lot of the times my lips do look bigger with lip liner. So it looks like I'm fucking catfishing, but I'm literally like tracing my exact lip shape. The only thing that I'm changing is that I connect my lip liner at the top. But now I'm getting out my lipstick, and I actually use a lipstick from the brand Italia. I don't know, Italy. I don't know. I got it from the Swap Meet. I know you can get it on Amazon, but I actually depotted it. So I'm just applying that here with a little brush. You've probably seen me at school wear it, but over here I'm just smacking my lips together, trying to blend it. And I know some people don't like it. Well, here I am with another lip liner. I'm just like kind of blending it together, but I actually like the blended lip look. I feel like it looks cute sometimes, not all the time, sometimes, but I like it sometimes. So I'm just trying to diffuse it a little bit here, the lip liner. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And as you can see, my lash glue is pretty much done here, but I'm just working on my lips because while I do my lips, my fucking lashes like dry. So this is basically the last step, and now I'm just going to apply my lashes. So this is actually one of the quickest times that I apply my lashes. Most people will tell you to curl your lashes and put mascara. I don't do that. I just straight up apply the lashes on it. Sometimes when there's too much powder on my eyes, I will just straight up I will put in a little bit of mascara, but I usually don't curl my eyelashes. So right here I was actually putting on the wrong lash. That was for the other eye. But yeah, so I just bring out my mirror here, and I know you can't really see what I'm doing, but trust me, babe, don't ask for my advice on how to put on lashes. I barely know myself. But yeah, I'm just doing my best to put it on, you know. Make sure it's connected to your bottom lashes, you know, and it's not lifted in the inner corner. And now I'm just doing the same for the other eye, and you know, again, just trying to connect it as best as I can. You can kind of see me adjusting it here. But yeah, these are the lashes. I think they're super cute. They're my favorite lashes actually. So here I am just pinching them together, you know, so it blends all together. And yeah, I'm just trying to adjust them. And you know, again, I'm just checking to make sure that they're lifted. I really like that lifted look, so there I am, just kind of pushing them up. And then yeah, just again adjusting them. I know you're seeing my big forehead here, but now I'm just grabbing my eyeliner and doing my eyeliner. So let me fix the frame. Okay, so yeah, I'm going in with the Urban Decay All Night eyeliner, and I am just tight lining my eyeliner and, you know, doing my iconic under eyeliner. I fucking love this eyeliner. I'm going to get so depressed when I fucking run out because it's $25. So if you want to buy me for my birthday, you can. It's the darkest black, the deepest color that they have. And yeah, so I'm pretty much done with my makeup at this point. So this is it. And yeah, I'm just showing you how it looks. Okay, so here I'm just fixing up my hair, but this is the finished look. I hope you guys liked how it looks, and yeah, so that's it.